Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to have episode 145 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. We're going to be looking through some mixed proof cellos. I think there's a couple business strikes, and we're going to look through some proof sets from the mint. A little bit different. I just had some odds and ends, and honestly, I have a pretty good headache today. So I was going to start off with something small, and hopefully I'll be able to pull this off. But welcome everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful week. So this first thing that we got here, so it'll be a little bit different, but basically the same as normal night. But these just came in an envelope, 1959 and 1964, 23 of them. So we have a partial roll of mixed. I believe it's just memorials here. So we'll look through these. I got these, which I believe they're all business strikes. Just came in a package extras. And then it looks like we have three proof sets. I believe they're all proof sets. And maybe in the future we will open this. I haven't gotten to open it yet, but it's 38 rolls of mints, or it's 34 rolls of mint cellos, and then like 4 tubed rolls, which I believe are mint cellos, but they've been taken out. I believe they're from mint sets, but have been taken out, and so there's just all different years. It's going to be chaos. I think there's only a few full rolls. It's just a little bit of everything all divided up. So that should be fun. We'll see how that goes, but pretty much we'll be traveling through time for a while with that box. It's pretty much like a year's worth of videos, at least 3 months. Pounding some 9 o'clock coffee, hoping that it'll kick in. So basically the plan is we'll go through these mint cellos, kind of see how they are. I got these off of eBay, and then we'll zoom in at the end after we look through them all. For a proof coin, this one looks like it has quite a few dings on it, which is very interesting. And we'll see if we can find any varieties. This particular batch came from an eBayer, which I believe he sends things in for grading, because I do see lots of nice graded coins up at his place that look like they're brand new slabs. And so we'll check it out, but nobody's perfect. Maybe he could send something on. For whatever reason, he might not have graded these. They might not have fit in with what he was graded. That looks like a pretty nice coin. That spot is on the cello. This one's got kind of a, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like a purpley color to it. It's not quite toned. It just seems more like the color of the metal, which kind of sounds like it's toned. But I just noticed that these early proof 60s kind of come in different kind of hues to the metal sometimes. Some of these look like they have the token attached, and some of them don't. I should maybe, while I'm thinking about this, I should maybe split these up into different dates. '63. Just, it'll make things a little bit easier. They're probably all going to get mixed up anyway. 63, 62. But, hopefully we'll find a double die in here. And I don't know what the other ones are. I think they're 60 mint cellos. From I think they're like 60 or 61 business strikes. But we'll get to check those out. We never know. 1962. And I do not believe I have looked at the three proof mint sets that I got there. And so hopefully everything is good with them. Hopefully they are what they are. And at some point here, I almost was going to open up the sealed mint sets or the proof sets that I'd gotten, because I thought that would be fun, but I want to feel happy and excited when I do that. 1964, it looks like he has a little toned beard there, little goatee. So I'm going to guess that most of these all of a sudden will be 64, because I feel like who sells, if you're going to put 64s in the batch, it's going to end up being mostly 64s. And so when we zoom in on these, we're going to look at the front and back. We're going to like kind of fine tooth comb them, make sure that there's not anything. We've gone through enough of them before that if there's anything there, we should all be able to spot them. Normally I kind of go and it's like there's a business strike attached to this one. What date is that? We'll look at that in a minute. 1971. Just a business strike hanging out in there. I think the person I sold this from, it looked like they had a bunch of varieties up for sale this week on eBay. But I think they were like $50 and stuff. And so who knows, maybe they were cherry picking some of the larger denominations of coins and then just sold off all of the pennies. Only one way to find out. And for 23 coins, that seems like an awful odd number. So I don't know if they just went through a bunch of sets and cut everything up. I definitely have been noticing, like, the sellers, a lot of the sellers I purchase from, they'll sell rolls of pennies, they'll sell rolls of nickels, and then they'll usually put dimes as a buy it now. But the pennies and nickels will normally go up as an auction. But I never see the quarters, I never see the $50, so I'm assuming that that's what they're after. That makes sense, I get it. Someday that'll be me too. But I can get a roll of the pennies for the price of one mint set, usually around there. So for me, I'm still a small guy. Yes, I have more PCGS slabs on eBay than any other seller currently, but there are sellers that have one slab that are worth more than all my slabs combined. And I'm sure there are people that have raw coins that are way better than my certified ones. I have some nice coins, but there's definitely some people out there with some really nice coins. And I've got a couple of really nice coins, but then there are people with really, really nice coins. It's nice that there are steps to move up to. It's like you can enjoy doing something, you can work hard, and hopefully get to the next level. Here we've got a 59. I'm going to guess there's only one 59 in here. I think I took a photo of it when I took one out of the bag. But who knows, maybe we'll be happily surprised. I'm good, another. I don't think we've had a 1960 either. Another 1962. I feel like the 61s and 62s have been like a little bit funny looking. $1963. There was the first one that we looked at that was it looked like a business strike. The memorial on the back almost has a little bit of color on this one. When people start to come in here at 10, I gotta ask, where are you guys all? Because maybe I should move my stream back till 10 and watch whoever does stuff at 10. Because it's the same week every week. Alright, so just one 1959, no 1960s. You never know. I guess you throw one 1959 in there and it makes the 61, 62, 63, and 64 seem more interesting. It's about what I would expect from it. Now I think about it, the price was a little bit more than I normally pay. But you never know. Alright, here, I'll take these out. Take these out. That one looks pretty like that. Alright, so let's check out, and we'll check out this 1971 here. Maybe I should end up throwing it in with those other ones there. So it kind of looks like it's interesting, it's kind of like a reverse proof. If you look at all the higher devices, they've all gone brown, while the rest of the coin is still red. So I definitely call it a red-brown, but it's an interesting effect on the coin. So I'll put that over there. We'll keep the business strikes separate. And we can zoom in here. I think this was the, let me turn some lights on. I'm just going to start with whatever one there is the least of. This is the least of. Oh wait, this is a 64. I've got more 64s over here. I think I should be able to zoom in a little bit better than that. I almost bought a roll of, you know, it said Cellos, but it didn't say mint Cellos. I almost bought it. It's like somebody had like resealed an entire roll, which I guess is something that people do. I feel like this is just, we were looking at a lot of 1964s in the last week. I think we went through 2 rolls in a row. I feel like I was seeing kind of like some doubling, but it's probably just machine damage where it's looking like a little chunk is off, little leg on here. Yeah, these look very much like what we were staring at last week. We'll zoom back out unless we see something else. And now that I think about it, I do have a couple more mixed rolls, so we can go through those later in the week as well. What's that? 64. Oh. I thought I checked this. They were like up against the back of the box. I think these ones are from the last roll. This other one might have even been too. Let's see. I'll have to count those. Interesting. Disorganization. Yeah, the rim on this one is pretty. Is this the one we just looked at? I think so. I feel like I saw this on when we looked at it the first time. Like it almost looked like there was a little extra on the inside of the L. I think it's just the way the light is shining on it. I swear the mint Cello can just torture you sometimes. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, I think that this is the one that we looked at in the very beginning. Just taking a second look while we got it out here under full. Let's only be quarantining these three, just in case I have to put those back into the other roll, because there's three of them, and I honestly don't know which is which. So last week's roll, if ever I get around to putting that up on eBay for sale, it'll end up with an extra coin or two. I'm assuming that's mint damage on the tops of those. Top of that S does look a little wider. Maybe that's worth checking out. I think the tops of the T's pretty much always have, yeah, it kind of goes in on those. I was seeing something on the D and the O and the G. Wait. So interesting how it's like you hold it like that, it looks fine, you hold it like that, and then all of a sudden you can see like this machine doubling. Hello, Catherine with friends. Welcome. We're looking for pretty much any kind of variety. It looks like the dates that we have here are, there's one 1959, and then there's some 61, 62, 63s, and 64s. So we're just looking to see if we can find any double dies. We've got a couple business strikes and another bag that I'm going to open up. And so if there's any mint marks on there, we can check for different mint marks, or like an RPM. And if it's just Philadelphia, then we can just look for double dies. But welcome to the stream. Hello. So none of the coins in this batch looked like they were terribly, terribly high grade. Nothing that I think I'm gonna try to send in to get graded. And so at the moment we're just trying to see if there's anything possibly worth something else. And a lot of these early 60 proofs seem to have the possibility to have double dies. And so this is why we're looking. But welcome to the stream. It's early, we just started here. Most people normally start about 10. My guess is we're probably going to go about till 10:30 tonight. Sometimes the rolls are quicker, sometimes they are not so quick. We've got a little bit mixed up here just because we've got a bunch of different dates. And so there's just different things to look at on different dates. I believe believe that's just machine damage. It's like the 9 there, looks like it has a little bit of doubling, but it doesn't look any wider than a normal 9. So normally we'd have if it was doubled, it would get wider, while when it's machine damage, it can kind of look doubled, but it's more just it's missing some of the metal. Some of the metal is scooped away, kind of giving like a step-like appearance. When it's generally when it's a double die, it will be it'll be like kind of like two copies next to each other or overlapping, making it thicker. And sometimes we just see little notches, and sometimes it's extra thick, sometimes it just looks really, really weird. So we're just looking for anything different. I usually go to coppercoins.com before. Usually I do like a solid date roll where every date is the same. And so I'll go over there and I'll look just for all the different varieties, so that I have a idea of what I can find. But all these rolls we've pretty much gone through in the last couple weeks or last couple months. And so most of what's possible is kind of fresh in my head, so I feel like if I see anything that we should be looking for, I'll be able to see it. And then I can point it out, we can zoom in further, and if I see anything that kind of looks like something, I'll zoom in as well, just to make sure, because by the time you're doing this and you're already looking, you might as well zoom in just a little bit further. So I think that was all the 1964s. It looks like this one is 59. And I can't remember actually 59. I think we've only done one roll of 1959s on the stream here. And if my memory is correct, I feel like 1959 is not, that there's not much you can find in it. I might be wrong. These definitely look different. It's like the same style, but I feel like the lettering is just a little bit different. Everything just comes across a little different here. Alright, so that's the 59. And this is either 61 or 62. 61. I was trying to start with like the smallest pile, and I figured those would be quicker to go through, and then we could get to the last ones. And so after we go through these, someone had sent me just like a little bonus pile that came with a package, and so I have no idea what's in it. I believe from looking through the package, it looks like they're 1961s, and that they're business strikes. So it'll be interesting to look at some business strikes after we've looked at a bunch of proof coins. Checking the eye to see if there's a doubled eyelid. Just looking at the lettering, looking to see if it's extra wide or if there's any notching. Doing the same on all the lettering on the back. I believe this is machine. Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen machine damage like that on the steps. It's like the entire memorial is doubled. I was looking at that, looking at the edges, looking like it was machine damaged. I think this one might be a double die. I'm going to check it out a little bit more. I don't remember. It's definitely different than what, I mean, this is a 61. I feel like there was a double die. It just doesn't look as thick. Wheat pennies are good to keep. There's a lot of common dates. Like I used to hoard wheat pennies. Now it is my preference to buy the best of the best. It definitely can't hurt to keep the wheat pennies. They are worth more than a normal penny. You get more for if you collect them and sell them all off on a jar or something, roll them up. So I want to say this is machine damage, but it's like, because it doesn't look doubled. It's just really everything got pushed out. That's what I thought I was seeing here, is just a extreme late stage die, just everything getting pushed out. Did it get flattened? I know, when I first saw the steps like this, that's kind of, there is one where you can double check to see if it's the right double die by looking at the steps there, but I don't think there is any like metal, like it's not raised there at all. It's just like the impression. But this totally does look like another double die, but it looks funny to me. Like I wonder if the... Hey Marcos Rodas, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a headache tonight, which I almost was thinking about not streaming. I actually took headache medicine 3 times today, which I never do. Woke up, oh boy, around lunch, and then I was like, if I'm going to stream, I'm going to need another one. But doing pretty good otherwise. So yeah, I don't know, this totally reminds me of a double die, except for these things are like flat. I don't know if this got damaged or what. I really don't know. Let's see if we find another one like that. I mean, that didn't seem like something that should be on a proof coin either. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out or we're gonna be all night here. I put that one to the side. I do not know what was going on with that one. It obviously looked very doubled, but it really should be, you know, metal of equal height. It shouldn't be like a flattened image that looks like the image right next to it. But I love wheat pennies. They're some of my favorites. I'd say wheat pennies and flying eagles are my favorite coins. And I used to buy every single wheat penny that I could find. And then I realized really there are like millions, if not billions of them out there. And so I just decided to start trying to buy higher graded coins, because it just, you can hoard things, you can have a million of things, but it's like, wouldn't you rather, for the same amount of money, have a few things that are worth just as much, and you can pick them up and walk away with them if you need to. It was just, I moved too many times with like a giant collection of wheat pennies. I much prefer being able to fit my collection in a box. That's one of the reasons that I started selling wheat pennies online, is that they're very, very small, and they're very cheap to ship, and yeah. It's like, if you're going to sell stuff online, like having something that takes up 0 space and doesn't cost much to mail, it really doesn't get any better than that. It's like this mint Cello here is like a little bit, I don't know, like it's, I don't think the coin can fit through it, but somebody slipped when they were cutting that one. I think these are the 1962s. That B almost looks a little bit bigger to me. I feel like there's stuff around the edges of these, but it almost looks like there's some extra below the L, I, and B. But I almost feel like there is a little bit of environmental damage built up on them. I feel like we had a really good time finding double dies in the 1962s. I feel like 1962 had a ton of double dies. That is not one of them. Hello, Logan's Coins. Welcome. And if I didn't say welcome to the stream, Marcos, I know I said hello, but welcome to the stream again. Good to see you. And welcome, Logan's Coins. How are you doing tonight? How many channels do you have now, Logan? I think you were saying you had a couple now. And how are they doing? I feel like I haven't gone and checked your channel recently, and I probably should. I do apologize for that. I'll zoom in on this one too. I feel like the letters look a little bit bigger, but I don't think I've seen any doubling. No doubling. See if I can do this here. It's much easier for me not to zoom in all this way for the whole thing. I know it's better resolution for you guys. I guess it depends on what kind of monitor you guys are looking at things through. But it's like the machine doubling like kills me when I'm like this. Because it makes everything kind of look like a double die. It's like this is perfect for checking when you think you see something and being able to zoom in and look at it from a few different angles and be like, yes, 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 yes. So it doesn't look like we got any 1962 double dies. That one sure was interesting. I'm guessing it's just machine damage, very late stage die, and everything just got squished out. I had just never seen the memorial doubled in that way. I mean, I look at hundreds of thousands of pennies a month, and I don't think I remember ever seeing a memorial squished out like that. To me, I feel like it almost like maybe something hit the coin and flattened things out. But it doesn't look like things have been stretched. It just looks like the image is doubled. So, curious to me. So I believe we are on to 1963s here. I kind of stacked things in different piles to try to make it easier. It's like when you're looking at a bunch of random coins, I feel like it's harder to tell the difference whether there is anything there. I feel like I get used to, once I've looked at a couple of them, I get kind of used to what they look like. I think I should start at the top. I just feel like when I like go this way and then I'm like going the other way, it's kind of like, I don't know, makes me dizzy. I like to keep a flow. I guess the good news is I think that Advil is actually working. Can still feel a headache, but feeling good enough to stream. Which you know you're not feeling good when you don't feel like looking at coins. Rearrange that. I feel like the corners of these all look funny. I don't think they're notched. I think they're like, it's like more like they're incomplete. There's just like multiple steps of machine damage. Can I get a clear? Does that have notches on it? Or is that just the light? That S almost looks like it has notches on it. That F kind of looks like it has a notch up at the top. Maybe this is a double die. That M looks like it has a notch. So I'm looking up at the northwest corner. Don't think that one does, but the eye is usually good. Yeah, the eye has a notch up on the northwest corner. And you can see like a little overlap on the end of the E or the C, I believe. Maybe that's just the light. I think that this one is a double die. I hate saying things like I think this is. I thinks this is. But it's like when you look at things like this, it's like look how skinny the top of that T is. It just looks like there's stuff missing from it. Same with the E. But I feel like you can see a notch in the serif of the top and bottom serif of the S, and then there's just doubling for the rest of everything. And it kind of looks like there is, like you can see in the bottom serif of that S there, and then I think in the northwest corners of the U's. Did we check out the bottom yet? So this one looks like a double die to me, I just don't know which one it is. So I'll put this one aside as well. So that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that one. Is that one toned too? Yeah, this is the one that has, I don't know, it's kind of a pinky color, but then the memorial almost has like a purple color to it, just like a slightly different hue to it. So that's cool. This one definitely seems like it has a little bit underneath. It's probably just machine damage, but I have seen ones that it looks like machine damage and then it's a double die. So even though it's usually machine damage, it is something I usually look for. Or if I see it, it gives me an idea to look for something else. I'm going to zoom back out so that we can look at these a little easier. I can always zoom back in. I wonder if they make microscopes with like a foot pedal so that you can just have it autofocus with a pedal so that I can keep working. I think I have a couple half cents for sale. They may have sold. I can check. If I do, they're probably like really old, like 1803 to 1805. Looks like I have a 1804, 1807, and 1808. I think a couple of the ones that I had when I bought them for my PCGS set, and it was like it was like 7-8 years ago, and it was like the only one of that year available graded by PCGS. But I do have a couple of them. And if you guys are ever shopping on eBay or planning on shopping on eBay, if you guys ever click on any of my links that are on my videos, they're totally all affiliate links. If you guys click through them, I get like 1 to 6% if you purchase something on my eBay store, or if you don't even buy something from me, if you buy anything on eBay. So if you guys feel like giving someone 1 to 6% of your purchase, that you'll pay the same thing, feel free to click on that thing anytime you guys want. Obviously you don't need to, you can go straight to eBay, but never hurts to tell people. I think it was just the 4, 7, and 8. I don't have any in the mail to my knowledge. I have like 100 packages incoming, but I don't know about any of you guys, but the packages, they're not moving so well right now. There's so many things going on. So many packages are late coming and going. I think my oldest 3 packages just that that I have been sent out, they just updated today. It had been since like last Friday since they updated. So I'm happy that those are starting to move again. But I have stuff incoming that's over a month old. The stuff is like so old that by the time I'm opening it, I don't even remember what it is. I'm just like, oh, I bought this? Cool. Alright. I'm kinda happy all over again. I would have to look it up. I mean, the best way, I would have to see the coin if I was to give you a rough estimate. But if you want a rough estimate, you know, you can just go look on eBay, look at the PCGS graded ones, and just look at what the cheapest. I'm assuming that he didn't just find like a mint state, you know, beautiful red 1806 coin. I mean, I don't know what kind of treasure hunt it was. I think I was thinking metal detecting. But if it was going through like a jewelry box or something like that, then who knows what it could be. But I'm guessing that if it's something that's found and hasn't just been in a collection, I'm guessing that it's probably got environmental damage, probably has been smoothed, cleaned, scratched. And so it's like I would go and look at 1806 with a legible date and probably see what the cheapest one is graded by PCGS. If it's, you know, I would say probably, see, there are a couple dates, there are a couple I don't know the half cents, like all the prices, but I know there are a couple half cents I think that are kind of pricey. I don't even know how many half cents are on eBay. I'm just curious now. So it'd be a draped bust, and if we go to 1806, there's only 257 1806 half cents on eBay. So if you go to the cheapest buy it now, 29 bucks. What's the most expensive one? So I would say the minimum your coin is worth is 29 bucks. It looks like those are bright varieties. Yeah, there's too many. If it's like AU, it's probably about 600 bucks. But I mean, that's basically a coin that's looking like it's mint state, but with some signs of wear. So I could tell you, for a raw coin with a clear legible date, 29 bucks minimum. Probably not quite worth getting graded for 29 bucks. But if it's got really, really nice details or something beautiful about it. So if it's metal detecting, I'm going to imagine that it has some environmental damage from being in the ground. Some places it's amazing. You can pull out coins, but everywhere I've ever lived has been, it's not a nice dry climate where stuff kind of hangs out. It's, wet and freezing and wet and freezing and repeat. And so, but there are places you can still pull a gradable coin out of the ground. It's crazy. So even one just pulled out of the ground like that, it looks like if you put it at 28.50, there would be a chance of it selling. But what I would do is the same thing I just did, go to the half cent category on eBay, and select the draped bust category, because that's what the 1806 falls into. I believe that was draped bust. Draped bust. And then go to the cheapest and buy it now. And then kind of compare your coin against those ones. And if your coin looks better than the cheapest one, move to the next one. And just keep on moving down it until you get to a few of them that look comparable in quality. And I think you'll start to know about what the price is. I think there are, it looks weird in the back. It's like double struck. That almost reminds me of a story, and I don't remember enough details, but I feel like someone was telling me about a half cent of a particular year, and it had like some sort of doubling in it, and I believe, I can't remember enough, but I feel like someone was just telling me about a half cent around that year that they had purchased, and they saw this doubling in it, knew that it was something, but didn't know exactly what it is. If there is any kind of like strong doubling or anything, I would like go all the way to the highest priced, and kind of look and see what kind of errors. Usually the highest priced stuff will be either the best grade possible, or it'll be like a certain variety. And it's like there are other places that you can like find the different errors. But if there is something that, or you can type in like 1806 error or something like that, and if there is something that is well known or worth a lot of money and it's at the bottom of the list and yours looks like that, then that's a really good thing to find out about your coin. Let's zoom in on this one. like that 6 looks a little bit thicker. Like it's like that curved part right there just looks huge. I'm not positive. That almost looks doubled there. Like I know I can kind of see a line, but just because there's a line, sometimes it's metal going out, but it doesn't look skinnier. Let's zoom back out. But nice find. I wish I found an 1806. I would say if wherever you were finding 1806 half cents, I would keep I would keep looking there. It sounds like there's a potential, you know, you find a piece of silver from that era in the same area, because you know that there's a possibility that you can find an 1806 coin in that area. You know, if you go back, you know, 10 years before, or if you go back to like 1796 and you find like a, you know, a nice piece of silver, or you find like a silver, like a 1794 silver dollar or something like that, that's a treasure hunt. Well, that's not bad to get a couple burgers at the end of a treasure hunt. That's not bad at all. Honestly, that's probably better than my treasure hunting. Like I've gone metal detecting a lot of times, and I don't think I've ever made my batteries. Like I'll find like a small handful of like dirty change, you know, maybe found a wheat penny or two, but didn't even pay for the batteries for the metal detector, let alone the metal detector's price. But it is fun. I do enjoy it. It's like you can find anything, which I've totally been meaning to do again for a while. I cleared like a huge section of my property so that I could like metal detect it, and then I cleared almost everything, and then I didn't get around to metal detecting it, and now it's all growing back. Well, it sounds like you have something to do then for the rest of this pandemic, because being outside having fun with a metal detector sure sounds better than being cramped up inside all the time. I feel like I spent more time inside this year than I normally do. So let's see, that was all of these ones here. And so what we had this one here, that it's like I feel like I can see the notch on the F from here, and I can see it on the I. And this one was just bizarre. Like, I mean, it looks doubled. I mean, it's like for almost everything on it looks doubled. I guess the inside of the memorial doesn't. But it's, yeah, it's like there's like 3 layers. It's almost like the die moved. Oh, interesting. I don't think, maybe that's on the mint cello? I bet that's on the mint cello for me holding the microscope against it. But yeah, it almost looks like the die moved. At least one of those looked like a double die there. Like one of them is a double die. I just don't know which one. I'm guessing most of, oh no, I might be able to find out. So that's, oh, that one's a 1961, and that was a 63. I can check real quick on copper coins and just see if that one pops out to me. But some of the dates, there are so many double dies that I just don't want to make you guys wait. It's 1963. Yeah, see there's like 4 pages here. I'll see if it just pops out. It's on the reverse, so it's not going to be on the front. It's not the double die. Alright, I'm gone through 2 pages of Huh, that one kind of looks like the one that we were just looking at that I was saying. It kind of looks like the other one, like the 61 we were looking at. That's like, huh? I don't think it's a 05 or 06. Well, that one's coupled with a different double die. Yeah, see, there's so many. Sorry, I wish I was able to bring these up for you guys. That's half the problem, is I feel like I find these ones that definitely look like a double die to me. And then I go to bring things up, and I can't. Or I'm not able to find it. There is just way too many. I do apologize, but hopefully we can find some more here. So this was the 1971 that we happened upon. It was in with these proof ones. And so this one's definitely interesting just in the fact that if you look at all of, it's kind of like a cameo coin, but it's like reverse cameo because everything is just dark on it. Excuse me, so I think that one will go in this bag here. I don't know. I didn't send that one in. Somebody else, I got those coins from somebody else off of eBay. And it was just a mixed lot. It was 1959 to 1964, 23. I just bought them the way we looked through them just now. And so I would think that if they were going to get it graded, they would have. This L looks weird, but I haven't looked at a business strike here in months now. So what is this? This is the 1963 business strike. This is going to be interesting to see the difference. So we were just looking at a proof business strike. I think I need to get back to where we can see things a little bit clearer. Wow, it's like the quality difference in a business strike and a proof. It's just amazing. I'm hoping to send things in Marcos in the future. I'm not quite there yet. I'm still trying to train my eye. That's really what I've been doing this last year. I've made like 6,000 PCGS coin videos, and we've probably looked through hundreds of thousands of mint Cello coins, and I'm just trying to get used to looking at a ton of coins, that I know what the grade is, and basically like learning, being able to look at a coin and being able to tell if it's a really high grade or not, because that's really, if I'm going to send things in, I don't want to make a bunch of, I'd rather spend some time than make some really expensive mistakes early on grading. Pretty much I've only gotten stuff graded a couple times in the past, but every time I sent things in to get graded, they came back gradable, but they came back much lower grade than I thought. So I'm wanting to be, right on, and I know you can never be 100% right on when getting things graded, but I do have plans to start doing bulk grading, and I can't wait to get that started. But I'm just not quite there yet. I would say I have the coins. I pretty much just need a little bit more time to just go through everything carefully, send the best of the best in, and then just, have capital lined up at the right time. It seems like every time I finally get enough to do a bulk order for PCGS, either PCGS closes or life just happens to throw me a curveball. But I'm thinking that this year, especially around tax return time, I'm thinking I will be sending in a very, very large order to PCGS for the first time. I've also heard that the grading at PCGS has been absolutely insane lately, that people just are not getting back anything. People that have been getting stuff graded for 10 years are getting stuff back that like they just cannot figure out why it's not getting the grade or the attribute that they're looking for. So it makes me feel like maybe I should wait till things get a little bit more normal. People with a little bit more money. Well, I mean, with the bulk grading, that's one thing that I hadn't even really considered. So like if you do bulk grading, you can send in more, which means you pay less. The more you grade, the more coins you send in at once, the lower you can pay. But one thing I didn't even consider about that is you can say a minimum grade when you do a bulk submission. You can't say MS 70 or proof 70. You can't ask for a perfect grade. But if you are smart enough to know, like what the cutoff is and only be sending in, 66s for a certain year, you could say don't grade any 65s or something like that. And as long as more than like 50% or something, I can't remember, meet the minimum grade, they'll just return the coins that don't meet the minimum grade. And then you don't have all these coins that aren't worth even the slab. But you don't want to be sending in coins and having them look at it, because if so many coins don't get graded, then they charge you $5 for each one. So probably if somebody is sending stuff in and 25% of the stuff doesn't meet the grade, that is probably, they're able to send in 100 coins, they get the 25 back that are the worst grade, they don't end up having to pay for those coins to get graded, because they don't get graded, they just get returned. And so that amount of money that you would have gotten stuff that were so low, you would, you know, basically have to lose money just to get rid of them. You know, you end up making more money because you don't lose money. I mean, with me, it's like, I feel like if I was to send stuff in, I would just, you know, I would want the 20 of each coin that I'm sending in, even if the grade ends up like lower than I expected it. I mean, ideally, you know, they all met okay grades, but it's, if I sent in 100 coins thinking they were all going to be MS 66 or above, I would, you know, expect probably about 40% of the coins to probably not come back what I was hoping they were. I'd like to think that I could, like, you know, see what the minimum grade of every coin is, but I just don't have enough experience sending stuff in to get graded. It's like, I know what I think is a certain grade, but some certain areas and some things, like, okay, if it has like 9 or 10 of these little tiny spots on it, or if it, you know, has this on it or that, does it kill the grade? If it's got a little bit of green on it, is that automatically environmentally damaged? There's just so many things that can happen to a coin, it's ridiculous. And so for me, it's like, until like I basically sent in a coin and gotten a grade back, you know, or, you know, have it be not gradable, it's like there's certain things that I'm either overanalyzing or not analyzing enough. Like the top of that just got damaged. It just looks like there's like a little extra piece hanging off up there. So I think we've only got a couple more of these, and then I'll open up these. I believe they're proof sets. I believe I was buying proof sets. So I think it's 3 1957, so I'll have to see though. I don't believe I've ever seen them. I don't believe I opened them for the stream here. But that'll be kind of cool to look at. And we can see if there's any varieties. However, I'm just starting to learn about nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and whatnot. So if anyone watching along sees anything that they know, I've been buying different varieties for different denominations just so that I can learn. I know you can, you know, find stuff in the wild or look at a book or a photo, but just studying them up close, that's really, really, really helped me. Like I got a 1968, was it 66? I got a double die the other day, and I was looking at it for a little while. I could not tell what was doubled about it. I just had to keep looking at it, and then all of a sudden I was able to see these notches. Like I must have stared at the coin for 5 minutes trying to figure out why this PCGS graded coin had been attributed a double die. I just didn't know anything about the double die. And after looking at it for a while and looking at it from a few different angles, all of a sudden it just popped out blindly to me. And to me it's just amazing how you can stare at a coin for a long time and not be able to tell what's doubled about it. And then once you see it, then it's like you're always going to see it. If you see it again, you're going to see it again and again and again. So I've been trying to buy as many different varieties as I can because they make good tools. You know, when, say, like if I'm going to look through whatever we have here, 1963, if I had every variety slabbed in front of me, you know, a nice specimen of it, and I just go and look at all those before we go through and search all the coins, like if I get a roll and we search through the roll, I'm going to know exactly what I'm looking for precisely, and if there's any question about it, I can just pull the coin out, compare one, look at the other, and go back and forth. It's, I don't know, there's just something about looking at a photo that someone else has taken, where it's just like little itty bits of it, and then looking at comparing side by side. There's not that question of, is this, and then also when you have a, you know, one that's graded, then you know precisely that which one it is. But the only problem with this part of buying all these different double dies is I put them up on eBay and then they all sell. So, oh well. So I don't think there was anything in there. So I'm going to put these back in here just to keep things separated out. We can get out the proof sets here. And the proof sets I just got off of eBay too. I believe they're full. So this is the first one. It's been opened before. I don't think that's my handwriting. So it looks like somebody paid $25.25 for this. And so it looks like a proof set to me, because it's got the token in it. Might have to move my keyboard here and stuff. I'm almost wondering if I should just move this up, maybe turn off the light, because the light's going to make everything look funny, I think. Let's give the light a second here. Maybe we will need the light. Yeah, it's going to move right into my lamp. As you guys can see, I'm used to doing smaller objects than a mint set underneath my microscope. Let's see if I can adjust here just a little bit. The $50, that's probably what everyone wants to see. Interesting. So we have 57. So it's like, I see like these little black things on here. And I don't know if that is like, and I also see kind of this whiteness here, and so I don't know if that's basically the cellophane breaking down. This makes me so curious to wonder what this looks like outside of the mint cello. It's like, I don't think any of those black things, I don't think any of them have shadows. Wow, it's so heavy in there. Check out the quarter. It looks like the quarter is kind of similar. Yeah, see how like kind of cloudy it looks? But then it's like we kind of turn it on its side. Yeah, I can't tell if that is, you know, I think that this is the first proof set that I look through mint cellos all the time. Oh, that penny is really pretty. So there's no full bars on a proof. Like you don't, like basically every proof nickel has full steps. That's what I'm guessing. And every proof dime has like full bars on it. Let's check to see if we have full bell lines on that. I think that's just a reflection of light, like the E pluribus unum looked like a pinky purple there for a second. So yeah, I think what you'd be looking for on the $50 instead of like full bell lines for a proof, you'd be looking for cameo, which I don't think we're having a cameo here, that's for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. I keep seeing kind of like this, kind of like a pinky purple. Am I able to see that without? No. It's just this one coin right there, which, here, if it's over here, is it to it? Yeah, it does. Interesting. I am a total noob here, though. It's interesting too how I see like what kind of looks like black, like kind of black spots, but then you let the light shine on it and it's gone. And so yeah, I have no idea about I feel like a lot of the early proof double dies and stuff are a little bit different, where there's just all these weird designs, and I don't think I would know one design from the other at this point. Like maybe on a wheat penny I would, but on like the nickel and dimes and stuff, I don't think I would, but we can look. It's like for the most part I just go to like coppercoins.com because I've always been a penny person, and I don't even know where, who knows what website has all of, well I guess probably no website, there's a little bit of toning up there. Who knows what website, if any, has all the nickels, dimes, quarters, $50, all the varieties for all the coins. I mean, it's like I just know the ones that do pennies because that's basically the world I've been living in. I feel like some of the lettering, I'm not used to looking at nickels, so it's like that could be the total normal look for, I think it's 1957, they made more 1957s than any other year, or at least proof sets. Yeah, so this is totally new. I mean, like I'm used to looking kind of like how we did tonight, but even tonight was a little bit different for me because normally I'm looking at like 50 all of the same date, and tonight we're looking at like 4 or 5 different dates, but now we're looking at different denominations. Kind of almost looks like there's a little bit of toning on the corner, and maybe some of it's my lights here. Did we look at the back of the nickel? I'm not sure if we did, but I'll go to the nickel, then I'll go back to the quarter back. Such a different world. I'm so used to. Yeah, so it looks like we got, you know, it looks like proof coins have beautiful steps. It's like pages in a book. Yeah, so we didn't look at the back of the quarter yet. Wow, like the lettering is so large compared, like it's so blocky compared to I think I want to zoom in farther on there. I just don't know, like I have not looked at, I don't really own, I guess I have graded ones. But I don't know what is normal. Like I haven't looked at a bunch of just common normal ones. I feel like when I was zoomed out, oops. Okay, it's just gonna move if I touch it with one hand. Let me try this with this hand then. No, it was interesting, like these letters here almost kind of look double to me. I mean, I didn't see any notching, there just seemed like there was metal off to the side. I just don't know what machine damage looks like. I need to look at a few thousand quarters. So if somebody here is like a quarter buff or a $50, or you've just looked through thousands of these sets, let me know. If anyone in the future is watching this and I'm just passing up something cool, let me know. This is totally new to me. I think there's one date where there's like one of the birds, I think it's called a super bird, but there's like an S basically like kind of on the upper chest area here. Those talons. It's like I'm all looking at the lettering and stuff, looking for doubling, and for all I know, you know, like the double dies for this year, it's like a bird's foot or something like that. I just don't know. Alright, for the $50, that sounds fun. It's like I feel like some of the double dies, or not double dies, some of the errors that I've become familiar with are like the Bugs Bunny and what is it, the starts with a G, the goiter, but a bunch of them that are just on Franklin himself. Yeah, it does look like there's a little bit of color around it. And I don't know what the most efficient way to look through a proof set, or just a set in general, is, because it definitely seems like it takes a little bit of time here. But I guess if I start looking at hundreds of sets of these in a week, I'll start to learn faster. And so like that goiter, there'll be like, and I can't remember what date it is. I want to say it was a 59, but it's like there was just, you know, kind of like the little turkey gobble thing on his neck. There's just a little thing that sticks out there. And then like the Bugs Bunny, there's just like a little kind of like a whisker tooth that hangs down in front. I think there's one that's like basically it looks like there's like a piece of snot coming out of his nose. But they're worth good money. It's ridiculous. Like I think the goiter error that I have, the one that I bought, I won it at auction. I did not think I'd win it. I think it's the most expensive coin I own. I did not pay but it's like top population for the coin, for that error. I think it was like $900 or something, but I didn't pay that for it, but I got lucky at auction. So that's the first set there. It's interesting for me to look at it. I'd be happy to look at another one with you guys if you guys want. Let me move these down. Alright, there's something in it. That's always good. I'll turn the light off here for a second. See if we can get it to 1957. So I don't know if there is, like, what the best way to look through these is. I mean, it's like this almost looks big enough to be able to see if there's anything going on. It's like when I bought these, the thought, I guess, wasn't, you know, could I find errors in it? It was more, I was wanting to buy a bunch of sets, get a bunch of the same sets, and then see if I could find some high grade coins in it. I feel like that was, you know, buy 50 sets, then go through them, pick out the best coins from the best sets, and send those in to get graded. See kind of what those were able to make a return on, if I even was able to make a return on them, and then try to plan a business model from it where pretty much just buying thousands of mint sets, proof sets every month. And it's kind of interesting too, because they only made millions of these, so it's like if you got to a point where you were buying thousands a month, it doesn't seem like there would be that many months of them left out there, because I obviously wouldn't be the only person doing such a thing. And I think the proof sets, I think they made like 3 million for this date. That's not a crazy amount. I mean, I think it's one of the most, I'd have to go check. I want to be buying 1936 proof sets where they only made 3,000 of them. If you guys ever see 1936 proof coins and you're able to afford it, pick it up. They only made 3,000 of them. Anyone that wants to have a complete proof set is going to have to buy one of those at some point in the future, and only 3,000 people can complete that set. So it seems like a good buy to me. So, like, I guess look down on these and see if, I don't think I see anything that looks cameo to me. I want to like zoom out a little bit just to see what Franklin looks like kind of at a normal. I'm getting a pinky color here. It's not a pinky coin. I need to adjust just a little, just couldn't tell because so it almost looks like a little bit of those like darker areas. and I wouldn't know how that affects the grade. I literally just started buying and selling like nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars about 3.5 months ago now. I was 100% pennies my entire life. Definitely not seen Cameo here. It's like me really not knowing what I'm doing. Like, it's like I want to say, oh, it could be a proof 67. I don't really see anything wrong with it. It just doesn't really have full eye appeal to me. Like, if these little spots are here, I want to say that's going to make it like a 64 or 65. If I was to like lowball myself, I would say this is a proof 64. I could be so far off, I honestly don't know. But this is definitely something I want to get better at. I wonder. Well, that'll be the closest I can get. So this is a proof 67 here. And so we can kind of try to, so it's like if you guys look at the luster on it, how sparkly it is. However, what is interesting here, it's like if I look over in this left field, I feel like I can see some of those little black, but this is obviously like way more lustrous. But one thing to keep in mind too, is these mint cellos, like you can see the line pattern, it all goes, but they destroy, it just makes the coin fields not look anything like they are. Like, yeah, that's an interesting look right there when you just make everything white out. Fascinating. But it's like, I feel like whatever, it's like you can see what the imperfections in the mint cello are. Like there's a big crease here, you can see like little things that are on the plastic, not on the coin. But yeah, so this is 1963. It's not the same date, but more or less, you know, this is what a proof 67 would need to look like. I believe this is a $50 coin. It might only be a 45. I'm not positive. But this is, you know, an example of, this is the kind of quality. So if it's going to cost, if I'm going to do a bulk submission and I need like 100 of these, they all need to be basically this quality. Because if you're going to, you know, if you're going to buy this piece of silver, and you're probably going to have to, I guess if you buy a proof set, you're going to be paying about $25 to $35. And then you're going to have to get it graded. So it's a crazy world. It's like basically sometimes I don't know how people do it, but I feel like it's, you send in 100 coins and 1 or 2 coins get that crazy grade. You get lucky in a few, and then you're basically just selling off all the rest of the coins as profit. Like the 1 or 2 coins pay for everything. I mean, for what does it have more value? Does it have more value in the proof set or set grade, each one of them? I mean, if you were to try to go up, it would take like $100 if you just tried to send in the proof set. And so whatever the grades came back, you would need to be able to make $100. Let's see, that one with the writing on it, that's the one we opened. So if I mean, ideally if there was one really nice coin in the mint set, you would just cut it and send that one in for grading. But since you have to pay a fee and shipping there and back, it's not just the $20 or so to get it graded. There's a lot of different expenses in getting the coin graded. And so if you're able to split up those expenses, over everything, it's definitely to your advantage. But the proof sets, unless there's just something clearly superior about a coin in it that just stands out, like if you see something that's clearly makes the coin better than any other, it's just, yes, it should be taken out of the set. The set by itself is probably just going to be worth 25 to 35. It's probably going to fluctuate with the price of silver. Probably, the higher silver goes, the set prices are going to go for higher depending on how much they are. The prices of the sets might drop if the price of silver drops. I found it interesting that right when silver was starting to go up a little while ago, like I was randomly buying, some sets, and I didn't have any silver. I just happened to be buying them for the pennies. That was really, everyone else wants the silver in them, and I just wanted the pennies. And so I was figuring, I'll get the pennies out and I'll sell the nickels and quarters and half dollars to other people, and I'll keep the pennies. And then part of me is thinking, maybe I should check out and see why everyone else is so into this. But I would say, if none of the coins are spectacular, I would say they would have more value in a set together. If they're just all ordinary coins, I would just keep them in the set together. If there is potential for one of them to be a really high grade coin, I would probably take it out and let it get graded. But it's going to take money. I mean, just to send something into PCGS, you have to have like $100 membership. And then it's like $20 per coin, plus shipping back, plus a one-time handling fee, plus tax. It's like absolutely ridiculous how much it costs. But it is what it is. For me, until now, it's always made more sense for me. I hear people use the phrase, buy other people's mistakes. So I've made a business out of buying other people's mistakes. I buy, the coins that people get graded and don't meet their expectations or aren't what they were looking for, and then I resell them. And I can resell them for less than it would cost someone else to get their own coin graded. And so like I'll be buying, a dealer will send in 100 coins, they'll get the 1-2 high grade coins, and then I'll buy the ones that they don't need or that they don't want. And it works for me. Let's see. Let's turn on the light and just check out this $50. I feel like the $50 are the ones that I've been learning a little bit about, just because the varieties seem to be really popular, and so they get graded, and so I see a lot more. Like I look at every single PCGS graded coin listed on eBay every single day. I look at every single auction, every single buy it now, or I'm sorry, I look at the next 24 hours of auctions. I wake up in the morning, look through the next 24 hours of auctions that are ending in the foreseeable future, and I look at every single one of them. Every single buy it now that pops up every day, I look at every single one of them. Hello, accredited coins, welcome. Yes, I spend money to make money, but I'm spending, for the most part, I'm buying stuff that other people spent money. Because if I was to get the coins that I have, 90% of the coins that I have on my website or on eBay, if I was to pay to get those graded, I would have to charge twice as much if I just wanted to get my money back. I would say probably the average cost of a coin under $100 to get graded in a non-bulk submission probably comes out to about 26 bucks a piece. And if you're getting like, MS64 memorial cents, back, you're not you're not going to be too happy. It's an interesting little notch. Something really sad actually happened. Not, I don't know, it's sad, but I got 3 different varieties. I got a Bugs Bunny in earlier this week. I got a Bugs Bunny and 1967 cameo Kennedy, like a special mint set cameo, which was really cool. And then I got another double die, and the package got like thoroughly smashed. One coin, the Bugs Bunny, it split like right down, like it split it split right down the holder, like just like on the front and on the back of the holder. And the cameo one, I just returned them, but the cameo one, basically like the entire back, the square back, fell out of the slab. They just came apart. There was not one mark on the front or the back of the slab. Literally, like, it just perfect square, no marks, no nothing. The whole bottom of the slab just came out. Like, I picked it up and the top just came off the case. I'd never seen the inside of a PCGS case. So one split right across the middle, and the other one like just opened up. I've never seen one open up. I've held like 10,000 slabs. But I'd returned the 2. I don't think I'd ever done a return on eBay. Like, I tried to do it and it didn't even work. I had to call customer service. It's like usually, like if something like gets a chip or a crack, or they send a wrong coin, like I try to work with the person. Like if it's a chip and it's not going to affect reselling it, I'm fine. I'll keep it. I don't expect things to be perfect. I know things happen. I'm pretty easy going. I'm pretty easy to make happy. You send me the right coin, and it gets there that year, I'm good. But it was just like, I sell certified coins, and so I felt bad, but I had to return it. But yeah, double dies have been selling really well lately. I would say 50% of the double dies that I bought and put up for sale have sold within like a week or 2. They seem to be pretty popular. Like I'm seeing a lot of the double dies just kind of going up in value from what I bought them at like a couple months ago. They're just going for more. Maybe someone's driving them up. I don't know. It's funny. It looks like I'm focused on the nickel, but I'm obviously looking at the quarter here. Maybe I've been looking under here too long. So yeah, this was the last set. If anybody saw anything that I wasn't seeing in here, but it was kind of fun for me to get to see. I do have a couple more sets somewhere. I thought I had more that I was going to pull out tonight, but I didn't see them here. And I do still have, I think they're 1957s. I have 10 unopened ones that I had never seen the insides of these ones before either, but it's debatable whether the other ones have had their inside seen, because according to some people they don't seal them, and that if it's sealed, that somebody else has opened them. But like say for this one here, it was sealed and someone later opened it. So was this sealed and then somebody opened it? And it's like, you know, like this one here, like somebody opened it. Like, yeah, they smell like an attic. It's been a while since I smelled that kind of dry smell. Here, do I have that one still here? There was like one coin. I went through too many $50 today. Oof, gotta break something. Are these all $50? Jesus. I wanted to see if I had that other double die so I could show you guys. Here it is. I don't know, maybe you guys already saw it. But it was like, I was staring at this thing, trying to figure out like where I'm like, okay, like it looks like it might be like a little bit wider on the letters, and maybe it is. You guys will be able to see this came from the same package as those other ones. I think when we go up that shattered, like you can see, I believe you can see on some areas on here, I was somewhere and I could see like these little tiny stress lines. Maybe it was just the luster. I think it was just the coin's luster. That's hilarious. Like you can see the lines here. I thought that was actually stress in the coin, in the slab, because this slab was in like this double die here. This is the DDO FS 101. This one was in with the two coins that got destroyed. But I was trying to find like the doubling on it, and it took me a while. Just because I didn't know where to look. I didn't know anything about this. I saw that it was a variety. I looked it up on eBay. It said it was worth a lot of money, and when I was bidding on it, it was worth a lot less. And just because something is worth a lot of money, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll sell. So don't just buy something for a bunch of money. They don't always sell for what they're actually valued at, because let's say someone finds 100 of them, and then you put it up and you buy one, and then someone finds 100 of them and the market gets flooded and everyone's trying to sell theirs off. It's no good. But you guys can see some really nice notching in all three of the teeth of this E here. Like the top is just doubled up there, the bottom is doubled there. See if I can get going through the PCGS slab can be hard here sometimes. I feel like the W's here, it's kind of hard. There's a faint little notch on the bottom of both of the W's here. But it's just these little things that it's like I probably would never have noticed. And I'm not positive if it even, I feel like the O here has a funny shape. And this is a Kennedy instead of a Franklin. I know we were just looking at Franklins. But when we look at the In God, there's kind of like this little, you can't see it because the light's bouncing off of it. You can see here, there's kind of like a little step thing on the eye. And then there's also this like little kind of bar underneath the N, which the light, let's see if I just go flat. But it's just these tiny things. I feel like the light, the silver on these are so reflective. I feel like when you get into the higher grade coins here, it just becomes crazy. But it's like I have to have the light on, otherwise it's just, you guys are all going to look at like darkness. I think that's just my hand, that's the red there. This coin is not red. And so this is the Proof 66 DDO FS 101. So I don't know if it's possible to see any of the doubling. If I can, it's like I feel like if you had a good eye, you'd be able to see what I was showing you guys before. I wonder if I can hold it really still. I feel like I can see the notching in that top. But it's really hard. Yeah, this takes a lot of energy to not shake, and when you drink as much coffee as I do. But yeah, I can see the notching actually better there. I didn't see, if you look at the T, there's like kind of a line going down through the T. The R, wow, yeah, the doubling on this actually looks way better. without being as close and without so much light on it. This takes a lot of energy to hold this though. And I couldn't tell, I haven't looked at enough Kennedys, but I was like, is this extra wide? What's going on with the date? I need to like start doing with other denominations what I've been doing with pennies. I just need to look at a few thousand of them. And it's just weird because every single date is different. Like, you know, you look at the design on coins, you just assume that they're all the same, but you get up close and it's like every year almost the lettering changes, the style, the format, the numbers. They just change everything up. It's crazy. But I got to be going. It has been fun. I have over 100 coins in the mail. I'll be having a ton more videos for you guys this week. I actually got this many. Normally I don't do videos in advance, but I got all those videos done because I won't have any quiet time, and so now with those done I'll be able to post when I'm not able to normally post, so that'll be cool. So I have a bunch of those coming probably tomorrow during the day. I'll get those done for you guys. And I think maybe my favorite coin in it is this one here. It's a, let's see if we can see it, 2009 D MS67 red bicentennial cent formative years. And so I don't know if you guys have ever tried to get an MS67 bicentennial. This is worth a few $100. I think the last one that I sold, like one of them that I sold was like 300, and I think I gave the last person a deal like 225 or something for the last. And yes, it's got a couple rent spots on it, but if you guys are familiar with 2009s, they're covered. The 67s can only have a few of them. So this is actually a really nice coin. So I was pretty excited about that. I've probably only seen about 15 of them up. But that's probably, I think this is the third MS67 I've gotten to purchase yet. Hello, treasure woman, welcome. I'm just ending the show tonight, but I'll welcome you nonetheless. And so yeah, I've got a big stack of those. I've got like 100 more. Mail is beyond slow right now. I'm hoping to be able to get a good portion of that stuff. I've pretty much had like 100 packages in the mail consistently for the last month. It's not coming in fast enough. Like I actually got a day off last Sunday because I ran out of coins to make videos of. But yeah, so I'll have a ton more stuff. I will be making videos pretty much through Saturday, and then Saturday night I'll have another stream. People keep asking me, when do I stream? Wednesdays, Saturdays, 9 p.m. Sometimes we go to about 10:30, sometimes we go to 11:30, but 9 o'clock Wednesday, Saturday. I showed up tonight with a 12-hour long headache. Feeling much better now too. But I'm coming every week, Monday or Wednesday, Saturday, so bring your questions, bring your thoughts, come hang out. And hopefully I can start doing some bonus streams for you guys as well. But thank you, Treasure Woman, for being here tonight. Thank you, Marcos Rodas, for being here tonight. Thank you, Accredited Coins, for being here tonight. Thank you, Logan's Coins, for being here tonight. 1 second. I know that there are... thank you, Catherine with Friends, for being here tonight. Don't want to forget anyone. And if anybody is lurking or watching and didn't comment, like you, Blue Sandy, yes, or I can't hold that up, but I've got an envelope. I've got your address on it, Blue Sandy. I've gotten the names of the things, the different scavenger hunt prizes that you are due, and I'm getting something together. I at this point with the shipping, I don't think it's getting there by Christmas. That was my intention. But since you're here, do you have any wishes? Reasonable wishes. If I'm trying to throw something or some extra things in there with your package, do you have anywhere you want to steer me towards? Because that would be helpful, because I'm a little bit guessing here, but I wanted to send you something that you would like. So if you have any ideas towards things that you would like, I'd hold up the envelope to show you that I'm serious, but I don't want to give your address away. Some DNA. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. All right. I'm so glad. I was hoping you'd be on here tonight. And so anyone else, if you're lurking and watching, I know that a lot of you guys just like to watch. But I love to know you guys are there too. Trying to put a penny album together. Nice. What year penny album? Is it like the beginning or just all of them? Well, I'll definitely send you some DNS pennies. And you have my Facebook, and so if anything pops up in your head too, let me know. All of them. Okay. Thank you, Blue Sandy, for being here tonight. Thank you, Treasure Woman, for being here tonight. Thank you, Accredited Coins, for being here tonight. Thank you, Marcos Rodas, for being here tonight. I say thank you to Logan's Coins, and thank you, Catherine with Friends, for being here tonight. Nice to see you again. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a wonderful night. I will get that, and yeah, thank you, Accredited Coins. I will get that out to you, Blue Sandy. I swear, I don't know what the holdup is, but thank you for participating in the scavenger hunts. That will get there, and I hope that everything's going good for you. Thanks for watching, everyone, tonight. I'll see you guys on Saturday, and wish you good nights, and see you all in the future.